loud in those places, and anyone who has traveled to such an area has never been heard of again. Many people have speculated as to what the purpose of these places are. Some people, including myself, think that they may be a sort of grounding spot for the Masters, a way that they can hold on to our planet as it travels throughout the universe, or a way for them to gain control of certain aspects of Earth, such as weather and so on. It's all speculation, of course. It is possible, though, that these symbols and the places they signify may be the key to our eventual freedom. Of course, since no one can go there, it's going to be hard to find out. Anyway, I think I'll play a song now, then perhaps continue reading that story by Lovecraft I started a few days ago. Alright, this record is... What was that? I could swear I heard... Hello? Oh dear. Okay, I'll try to... something. I'll set the record playing and hopefully have something to say after that. This is Come Where My Love Lies Dreaming by the Peerless Quartet.
And free, dance through her dreams like touching melody. Light is her young heart's light made be. Come where my love lies dreaming. Come where my love lies dreaming. The happy hours away. Come where my love lies dreaming. Love is sweetly dreaming. The happy hours away. Come where my love lies dreaming. Love is sweetly dreaming. Come where the love lies dreaming. Come where my love lies dreaming. Love is sweetly dreaming. The happy hours away. Come the look, come the day, come is sweetly dreaming. Her beauty beaming. Come where my love lies dreaming. Love is sweetly dreaming. The happy hours away. Dreaming the happy hours away.
Well, listeners, this is a bit of a surprise. Two people have just come into the station and they're joining me on the show for a bit. So why did you two come by?
We explore around abandoned towns looking for anything useful left behind.
Pretty soon after we got here, we noticed lights on in the radio station and decided to check it out. Obviously, that's when we found you. Sorry for interrupting your broadcast, by the way.
No problem. It's very nice to see anyone. I haven't actually seen anyone in over a month.
Neither have we, actually. More than that, I think. How long's it been? 2 months?
Yeah, probably about that.
So, have you found anything useful or important in your exploration?
A few odds and ends here and there, mostly just stuff that we'll sell. We found a few records, which is cool, since they are so hard to find. But the biggest thing that we found was a portable radio and a decent supply of batteries for it.
Yeah, I mean, as cool of a find as it is, it's more or less useless nowadays. That's what we thought at first, though. Before long, we found your station. We've been listening for the past few days as we've been wandering around.
That's how you found me?
No, purely coincidental. We just hadn't been in this area before and decided to check it out.
I'm glad we did.
Yes, definitely. Even if it's just for a short time, it's incredibly refreshing to actually be around people.
Absolutely, and thanks for having us on the show, too. It's quite surprising to discover the broadcast, and very soon after, actually stumble upon the station.
Anything you need before we head out?
Well, actually, I don't mean to impose, and feel free to say no, but would you be able to spare any food? Preferably something shelf-stable. Again, if you can't, no problem. I'm just running a little low right now.
Oh yeah, certainly. We always pick up any food we find as we go along. I'll run outside and take some out of the cart.
So, Hannah, how did you get started on all of this?
Well, we're siblings and orphans. Neither of us ever knew our parents. We were taken care of by our aunt and uncle for a while, but a few years ago we decided to head out on our own. After that, we ended up traveling across much of the country. It's been fun. Rough at points, but fun.
Alright, here you go. Is that enough? I can go get more if you want.
Oh no, that's great. Thank you both so much for stopping by and for the food. I hope things go well for you all.
No problem. And thanks. Maybe we'll stop by again at some point.
Yeah, maybe. Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, that was quite unexpected. Oh, yeah, I was going to read some more of that story. I don't think I'll be able to read as much as I had intended, but I'll get through a bit of it. Where were we? Let's see. Townhead, coincidentally enough, strengthened, yeah. And by the time their bloodline... Okay, yeah. And by the time their bloodline had been extinguished, the hamlet was self-sustaining. There it is, okay. The pond went into disuse, the gardens surrounding it dying and decaying into a grayish-brown mess of half-rotten vegetation. But still, the pond reflected the image of the desolate castle, mirroring the stone that had just begun to crumble, the wood that, for once, didn't seem quite as impenetrable as before. In town, there was one family in particular who had loathed the Venzaquitas. Under the shadow of one cloudy night several years later, a small group of them, 5 in number, made their way across the darkened field outside and towards the castle. For one silent, horrific moment, the clouds parted and the moon shone on the castle wall, reflecting onto the greenish water of the pond. The 5 pillagers all paused and stared at that ominous sight, that one true glimpse of foreboding that they were all allowed, before the clouds returned and blotted out the moon's light. They broke through the ancient oak doors, only breakable now that the mold and rot had weakened them, and rushed inside. Their eyes shone when the moonlight made its way out from behind the clouds, with the insane gleam of greed. The 5 people of the group split up, as had been their predetermined plan, and spread throughout the dank, heavy, dark insides of the stone building. They ran like rats throughout the structure, scavenging anything of wealth that they could find. The clouds darkened and rain began to pour forth. The moon glared like an eye at the castle and pond. Lightning struck a nearby tree. There must have been some relation between stupidity and lack of fear, though, for the 5 pillagers showed no change of determination. Okay, that's all I'll read for now. I think I'll get another song playing, and then after that... This show is written, narrated, and produced by Arthur Walterson. You can read other stuff he writes at arthurwalterson.wordpress.com. You can also check out the website for this show at 108point3.wordpress.com for updates and information. Follow us on YouTube and the show's website to get the newest episodes. Background music for the show is created by Eddie Palmer of The Fucked Up Beat and Studio Noir. Check out his music at thefuckedupbeat.bandcamp.com.